What is happening, everybody? Noob Get Good here, and welcome to some more Geonosis Separatist Might videos. And today we're talking about how to maximise your stars in the TB. This TB is brutally hard. I want to go over my guild's tips and tricks on how we are going through and maximising our stars. It's gone a bit wonky in R1. I'm going to call that out right now. We had a bit of a foobar. It hasn't worked out. I'll come to that in a minute. First off, phase 1, what do you need to do? First thing I recommend, droid factory, maximising the droid factory. And literally, you really want to do this. Why? You'll get a B2 rocket trooper, but B2 does hit like a wet noodle, but he brings a lot more to the table. The B2 allows Separatist leaders to be called to assist to, so someone like Dooku under stealth can do a lot of work with him. He has a hell of a lot of health as well. He can be a bullet sponge. So if you're using him with a General Grievous lead, for instance, he brings a lot of health to him. The other one you want to do is the Republic Resolve across the next one. It helps missions like the Acklay go down really simply. So phase 1 isn't too hard to get 2 and 2 stars out of. I'd highly recommend the payoff definitely in the droid factory to get that up at 3 stars, because you get a lot of bang for your buck in that platoon. Looking at special missions, I don't have Nuke Gunray up to level gear 12, so I haven't been able to do it. He started this at level 1, gear 1, as this was announced. But you want to use Magna Guard into this to do that, and you can do that mission. Here's your standard Geonotions. You can do that. I can 4 out of 4 that. And then you want to bring your other sort of missions in for the guilds. But yeah, you can get 2 out of 2 quite easily for that. Phase 2. Let's have a look at Phase 2. The core ship. Try and do that as much as you possibly can. Try and get at least 1 level out of that. But what's left over from our guild is some Houndstooths, some Ebon Hawks, and some Emperor Shuttles. Stuff that a lot of people do not have because they're very difficult to farm. So you want to try and get that as one. All allies have 50% of offense, doubled for Separatist allies. Really useful, especially when you're looking at doing the Wat Tambor mission as well. I highly recommend you do that. And then you've got your Chimera Vulture Droid. Highly recommend you use your Houndstooth here if you're not platooning it. To use this, you can auto it off that, which is quite nice. You go into the Executrix battle, which I think will be the Malevolence when it comes out eventually. Very difficult battle. I'd recommend you concentrate getting the Chimera Vulture Droid done as a preference, and that's what my guild did, and we've got 2 stars. Next, Hellfire Tank. We've gone almost all in on the Hellfire Tank, pushing it as much as we possibly could. Highly recommend you get that to 2. Get the damage over time, you get the stagger. 3 would be better because it brings the tenacity down with it, but try and push that up as much as possible. I've got a video up on the Count Dooku at SARS Ventress. What do you need? You need Dooku Zeta for that. Gear 12 can clear that. Lots of points. Helps maximise that point gains out of there. So that's sort of the middle one done. Into the bottom, I've got a video on how to beat the Acklay. You're going to need Gear 13 Brood Alpha, Gear 12 plus Geonosians for that, but can be done. As you see here, we don't have the Metal Mayhem. All droid allies have critical chance and critical damage. We haven't done that. You do not need this to clear the Separatist droid mission in Phase 3. I've got a video up for that if you want to check that out. But yeah, so for Phase 2, it's literally get the Hellfire Tank in. You're going to have some poor turnouts on terms of CMs and stuff, but hey. Now we move on to where the fun stuff happens. So as you saw there, we don't have the core ship done, and the reason why is we don't normally go into this Phase 4 missions, so the 2 there we do not normally unlock. What we normally do in Phase 3 is not get a star in either of these 2 missions or phases. What we do is we push that star count up to as close to 1 star as possible, and then stop absolutely everything. Stop all deployments, stop all combat missions, stop all platoons, don't gain any more. So you literally right over to get into a star, but without getting it. And what that does is when you go into Phase 4, you get to redo these battles. Why is that so good? Why is that better than pushing forward? Phase 4 is absolutely insanely difficult, insanely hard. Where the top guilds are losing their stars is in Phase 4. A guild that's 163 million GP is not going to be able to really effectively get a star in Phase 4. So what we do is try and maximise the amount of starage we can get in Phase 3. So by holding off and just leaving it by 0 stars, when it comes to do it again, you get to replay the missions again, apart from the special mission. So yeah, if I was to look at this rear flank, there's people deploying in there, can't do it. You got the Wat Tambor mission, but you need a 7-star Wat Tambor, you need 7-star Wat Tambor. We're going to be months upon months upon months away for that. So yeah. Hellfire tank, also the good thing is you do not need to do any deployments. So platooning is normally something that people struggle with. They lose all of their good toons through platooning. You do not need to do any platoons. There's only one platoon that you need to do out of all of this. And that is in the south section of Phase 3. All of the other 5 sections, you do not need to platoon anything. And that is why it is so good. You can maximise your platoons in that south bit, get that up and cranked up to the max. And then literally when it comes to this phase and Phase 4 and you're going nuts against it, you can't platoon anymore. So you can just use your maximum best squads to push that up to 2 stars. So if I gain, by holding off from getting a single star, I can now go, or my guild can now go to 2 stars, potentially 3 stars in the Phase 3 sections. Because we're not getting a star in Phase 4, that's extra stars that we've got. So instead of 1 and 1, 0, 0, we can probably go 2, 3 for bottom middle, 0, 0. And that is 5 stars extra. Well, 5 against 2, we should really say. So it's 3 stars extra that we would not have normally got. And that is the main premise of what this video is all about. It is literally where you can maximise the stuff. If you're struggling to get a star in Phase 3, do exactly the same in Phase 2. Hold back so you can then maximum to then go and get 2, 3 stars. Why wouldn't you? Why would you then go and sit in Phase 3 where you can't potentially get a star across 2? Hold back, get 3 stars in Phase 2 when it's Phase 3's turn, so on and so forth. Maximise your stars that way. You do not need to go through to the end to maximise your stars. And that is the key message. If you've got any thoughts, comments, concerns, please leave them below. But my name is Paul, aka New Good Good. Enjoy your days. Thank you very much for watching.